Hi, my name is Neter Tehuti. This is the 27th video in this Black History series. This video is entitled Nubians. All the Nubians of ancient Egypt had vast knowledge of cloning. Today, we will go a little more in depth into cloning for the true seekers and also for the skeptics. In case you didn't know, now the Caucasoids are using parts of pigs for their body parts and organs. The pig was only created for the purpose to slop up filth and to lay in it. They say Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the clones which Hitler's scientists bred. Others include Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. It all began with some scientists that formed a group and met in Vienna, Austria, in the year 1917, where 4 men and a woman met, and a cult group would meet at Cafe Schoenhaven and speak of the coming of the new age, a change from the Piscean age into the age of Aquarius. They also spoke of trying to communicate with extraterrestrials. From there, the members would soon form the Thule Society, ideas that would transform into groups such as the Third Reich, the German Nationalist Party, the Black Sun, the Masons, the Illuminati, the Vril Society, the Rosicrucians, the Theosophists, and many others. What this group did was introduce Hitler to all the secret doctrines of the many secret societies that existed. They went back in time and had a meeting with psychics, with the Thule Society, 2 witches who were also psychics by the names Maria Ostish and Zygrum. The Thule Society and a well-known witch named Madame Blavatsky, born Helen Petrovna von Hahn, who branched off and headed the Theosophical Society, all came together and selected Adolf Hitler in 1913 to be their contactee, or man on this planet Earth. The meeting of the Thule Society, which led to what is called the Third Reich, whose power still rules the world today. Hitler wanted to breed a group of superior beings that would rule the planet Earth. He had met with the beings from the Ashtar Command, who were blonde-haired, blue-eyed beings. The beings called the Ashtar Command are from the Pleiades and the Aldebaran constellations. The Ashtar Command are among many entities that come to Earth and have been circling above the Earth, for the most part invisible to the naked eye since the 1950s. They both are humanoid and have less water in their bodies and are pasty in appearance. Hitler saw them as gods. He looked up to them in awe. So he decided that he wanted to create a superior race of human beings after the likeness of the beings from the Ashtar Command. Hitler's plans was to create an elite superhuman and eliminate their sexual preferences and allow them to only come together for breeding purposes. So Hitler bred the men to be homosexuals and he bred the women to be lesbians. They only came together for the sole purpose of breeding. This was known as the Boys Project. That's the same way Adam was born, because his mother and father were hermaphrodites, and they only came together to breed. Now, as a result of his breeding project, 70% of Caucasian men are homosexuals, and 85% of Caucasian women are lesbians, and leaving 10% bisexuals, who are the fanatical military, warriors, or extreme lunatics. The reason why Hitler chose homosexuals is because men are always destroyed by women. So he figured if he eliminated their sexual desires, their sexual drive, they would be perfect. So in order for Hitler to create an elite army, he had to eliminate the desires of the men towards the women. If a woman gets angry, she doesn't care. She stops functioning, and she sets out to destroy one man. She ends up destroying a whole nation because of her deception towards one man. This project was abandoned. Some of the kids that were involved in the project went crazy. Their sexual drive is totally out of whack, while others became your serial killers of today. If you haven't noticed, most of your serial killers and mass murderers have blonde hair and blue eyes, such as the people who worked for Charles Manson, who really wasn't as bad as he was made out to be. He wasn't doing the killings. He was involved with a bunch of blonde-haired and blue-eyed girls. They all were tied into Anton LaVey, whose daughter has blonde hair and blue eyes. Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Casey, etc. These were the kids that were bred to create the chaos. Most of the children that are labeled as missing are a part of some genetic breeding. They are used to breed children that are half human and half extraterrestrials. Most of your serial killers are very intelligent people. The beings from Aldebaran gave Hitler a lot of technology and flying saucers, which Hitler took to Antarctica. They were responsible for the technology and plans for a superior race for the extraterrestrials. Hitler hated Negroids, although originally he didn't hate Negroids. He began to hate you after a well-known Negroid man named Jesse Owens from Ohio State embarrassed him at the Summer Olympics of 1936 and broke the world record. When Jesse Owens dominated the competition in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, the long jump, and the 400-meter relay, and beat the superhumans that Hitler had genetically bred and said that no one could beat, Hitler became embarrassed. He walked out of the stadium and didn't even acknowledge Jesse Owens. He was able to build these Aryans with the help of technology from the Lyran Empire, who are another species of extraterrestrials, a group of blonde-haired, blue-eyed humanoids that are here only for their people, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and red-headed people. These beings, along with beings from other galaxies, have been manipulating genes here on Earth for centuries. Now, they also say that Arnold Schwarzenegger now has a pig heart beating in his body. Now ask yourself, what is the pig made of that is compatible with the Caucasoid? The pig's entire body is infested with deadly trichina worms, Trichinella spiralis. They will be telling you about the genetic mix that created the pig any day now. In the article Pig Parts for People, which appeared in the January 14th, 2002 issue of Newsweek, author Michael D. Lemonick, it states, and I quote, according to the non-profit United Network of Organ Sharing, which maintains the nation's transplant waiting list, nearly 80,000 patients in the US alone are standing by for new organs, and more than 5,000 people die each year before their turn comes. Those dismal numbers have prompted scientists to consider organs from other mammals, especially pigs, which are easily bred and whose physiology are similar to ours, Caucasoids, unquote. This is supported by the article Gene Trait Helps Human Cloning. It states, and I quote, a genetic trait in humans should make it easier to clone people than animals. US scientists claimed yesterday. Researchers found humans have 2 copies of the IGF-2R gene, which protects cloned fetuses from abnormalities which while most animals have 1 copy of the gene. This can lead to a problem in which cloned animals are diseased and oversized. Keith Killian of Duke University, North Carolina, said this was the first data to show cloning was less complex in humans than in animals. It stands to reason that if humans are more readily cloned than other animals, human cloning must have taken place prior to the successful animal cloning that was revealed to the public. Although this article does not state it explicitly, we should know if the possibility of human cloning is in the press, then it was already a reality 30 or more years prior to public knowledge. And just think, why is it that testing is done on rats before humans? This supports the existence of a genetic link between humans and rats. This link is the Senoconodon, a rat-like dinosaur that is the start of the evolutionary process of the mammal. Rats are used in lab experiments, and recently when a human ear was cloned, it was done on the body of a rat. This tells you they must have the same chromosomal structure. The similarities lies in the DNA themselves. Scientists are saying the same thing. In the article Men Share 99% of Genes by Marsha Walton, posted on CNN.com December 4th, 2002, it states, when it comes to DNA, it turns out there's not much difference between mice and men. Mice and humans each have about 30,000 genes, yet only 300 are unique to either organism. Both even have genes for the tail or the coccyx, even though it's not switched on in humans, unquote, but not quite. Though, because Caucasians are still being born with tails. Within the Holy Tablets, there is a listing of 7 thunders, also known as the 7 plagues. These thunders have been happening and are taking place right now on the planet Earth. Tehuti, Dr. Malachi York, has been telling us about them since 1970s. The 7 thunders have been recorded by the ancient Egyptians for thousands of years, by the Hopis, the Amasi, the Nubians. All have logged these thunders as a sign of the coming of a new planet, Nibiru, being charted as Rilo 7 by scientists. The coming of a new era, the sign of the end of the world ruled by evil, and the resurrection of the ancient mysteries of Egypt, Atlantis, rising again in the heart of Georgia, USA, in a place called the Holy Land, Nuwaubiya. As we speak, they are all in the down under in that large observatory in Australia, watching the Nibiru's approach from the southern skies. Soon, regardless of their weather-making machines, you will be able to look up and actually see Nibiru in the skies. No more lies, no more deception. Cloning appears as a part of the 3rd thunder, which has already come to pass. The 3rd thunder is a sign of many new species, mutations in animals, crossbreeding in species, death of frogs, honeybees, turtles, deformed humans multiply, genetic splicing and cloning. Thus ends today's video. We thank you for watching this video. We urge you to share and to subscribe to this channel, where you will learn true ancient Egyptian mysteries. No more lies, no more deceptions, no more false teachers and false professors. So share, subscribe, click on the like button below. See you at the next video.